What's up, guys? It's an idiot named Zach, and today I'm going to be doing my 2019 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series predictions, yada yada yada, ground rules. Okay, so we're doing the first 15 races of the year, so everything basically before the All-Star race, including speed weeks. And I'm not predicting stage winners because you're an idiot if you try to predict stage winners. It'll never work for you. Okay, so let me put this in present here. Present on this device, because I want to. Let's let it load. There we go. Alright. Now, for our predictions, we will start with the Clash where I have Joey Logano winning at Daytona to kick off the season because he's going to have momentum. He's a prior winner of the Clash. He's a good restrictor plate racer. I feel very confident in Joey Logano being able to win in the Clash. And it will be their first look. No, it won't. Never mind. Screw that. Alright. Moving on to Speed Weeks. So this is a really tough one to predict because, you don't know which race is going to be in which. I mean, I could be wrong before the duels even start because my two race winner picks could be in the same race. And I honestly have a feeling that's going to happen. So, let's just predict what I think will be the two best cars in Speed Weeks. So the first one will be Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott has an average starting position at restrictor plate tracks inside the top 5. So always fast cars, always a ton of speed with that 9 car, and Elliott's a really aggressive plate racer, for better or worse. I mean, he does pretty much wreck every week at plate races. So, but he does seem to know how to finish Can-Am duels very well, and he does win them a lot. So that's why I have Elliott winning Can-Am duel number 1, and then I have Joey Logano winning Can-Am duel number 2. His second win of Speed Weeks, because again, Logano's going to have a ton of speed and the championship momentum. So I think Logano is going to come into the Daytona 500 with a chance to sweep Speed Weeks, which is not something that has ever been done. Kevin Harvick tried in 2013 and failed. Denny Hamlin had a shot in 2014 and failed. No one's had a shot since. I think Logano is gonna take the next swing at it in 2019. But he's going to fail because the guy who's going to win the Daytona 500 is not Joey Logano. It's Kyle Busch. The reason I say Kyle Busch, even though he's not a very good plate racer on a team that's not the best plate, it doesn't have the best plate program, but that is one hell of a driver crew chief combo in Kyle Busch and Adam Stevens. They can get it done. I have full confidence. He's won the Clash before, so it's not like he doesn't understand Daytona. And I mean, if you remember that Clash in 2012, it was the Unlimited back then. No, it was the Shootout, and he drove like a man possessed. So Kyle Busch knows what he's doing. I think he'll get the win. Moving on, next we have Atlanta, where I have Kevin Harvick winning. Now, Kevin Harvick year after year dominates Atlanta. But I don't think that's really going to happen this year, because this year they're wide open for the first part of the run, thanks to the new 2019 package. I predict that because of the tire wear, they're probably going to be wide open for about 10 laps, and then they're going to start lifting a little, and then a little more, and then a little more, and then a little more. And Kevin Harvick is going to have a long-run advantage like he almost always does, but not much of a long-run advantage. I don't think that he won't be jumping onto enormous leads because no one can under this package. But I think that he's the best driver at Atlanta. He'll still find a way to be up front, lead a bunch of laps, and maybe this time he'll actually win at Atlanta. He only has that one win in 2001 at Atlanta. For a guy who's Mr. Atlanta, that's kind of bad. All right, moving on, Las Vegas. Past winner Martin Truex Jr. wins this race, his first with the 19 Joe Gibbs Racing crew. Cole Pearn, Martin Truex, that actually might be the single best driver crew chief combo in the sport right now, because that duo took a backmarker furniture road team and made them championship contenders year in, year out. So Truex, Cole Pearn, I think they're going to hit it off pretty quickly with this new 19 car. They're going to get a win early in the season at Las Vegas. Moving on to ISM Raceway, where every stat would say Kevin Harvick, but my gut is telling me not to go with Harvick. My gut is saying Alex Bowman and not Kevin Harvick. Now, I'm not being biased because I'm a Bowman fan. I'll give you two big reasons why I think it will be Bowman. One, the Fords are going to struggle early in the year. Yeah, I have Kevin Harvick winning in Atlanta, but in the first 12 races, that's one of 2 Ford wins. So, yeah. Ford's not going to have the speed that they had last season, where they want to manufacture, because they're switching to the Mustang. That's what every time a manufacturer switches cars in recent years, it struggles. That's why when everyone says, "Oh, the Supra is going to destroy the Xfinity Series," I don't think it is, because we thought the Camaro was going to set the world on fire last year, and it won 4 races. So Fords are going to struggle. Toyota Supra, the Xfinity, is going to struggle at first. And number 2, when you look at the other guys in the field for ISM Raceway, there's only one guy that in a race that has dominated a race other than Kevin Harvick, and that's Alex Bowman. Yeah, a bunch of other guys in one, Joey Logano and Kyle Busch. But my gut tells me that this 88 team is going to be a really, really tough car to beat. Chevy's going to take a big step forward, and among the biggest steps forward is going to be this 88 car. They're going to go from fringe playoff contender to actual title contender. Moving on, we have Auto Club, the end of the West Coast swing, and Chase Elliott's going to win because he's pretty good at 2-mile tracks. He's finished second in Michigan a whole bunch. Not really as much success at Auto Club, but I think that's going to serve as motivation for him. He's going to turn it around, and it's going to start out as Talladega at first, this Auto Club race, and that's a style that Chase Elliott excels at. He's good year in, year out at Talladega. So he's going to get out front early. He's going to have that short run speed, and when the race starts to turn into a normal Auto Club race, he's going to have the clean air, and he's going to be able to pull away a little bit from Larson and Truex. Moving on to Martinsville, I have Daniel Suarez, and the only reason I have Daniel Suarez winning here of all places, I mean, first of all, again, the Mustang's going to struggle, so he's not going to have the speed to win anywhere else. This engine-dependent and mostly driver skill-dependent track is probably this 41 car's best chance to win in the first part of the year. The 2019 package is going to have everyone scrambling, and all the Fords are going to have the Mustang, so everyone's going to be basically on equal footing. And that's probably Suarez's best chance to win in the 41 before the 14 figures out what's going on, before the 10 figures out what's going, before the 10 and the 4 figure out what's going on, before the 2 does, and before the 12 and the 22. before all those other cars figure out what they're doing, and the 41 car slips back to the 7th best 4 that they've usually been. So I think Daniel Suarez definitely has the skill to get it done at Martinsville. Moving on, we've got Texas. And yep, Chase Elliott is going to win at Texas. I mean, he's got an average finish there of 7.17. It's probably his best track in terms of... It's his best results track other than, I believe, Michigan, where he has an average finish of like 4.88. It's ridiculous. He's never finished lower than 11th at Texas. So Chase Elliott, pretty darn good at Texas. Not just pretty darn good. He's pretty damn good. Moron alert. Anyway, you might be thinking, well, why the hell Chase Elliott, you stupid fanboy? Why not Kevin Harvick and Ryan Blaney? Mustangs. Mustang is going to struggle at the early part of the year. They're not going to be as bad as Chevrolet. They're not going to be as bad as the Camry because everyone else is going to be on somewhat equal footing. They're all going to be scrambling to figure out the 2019 package because basically at this point only like I think the 48 has it figured out. The 18 has it figured out. The 2 kind of has it figured out. I believe. So those cars are going to be really, really fast. I'm not sure about the 22, the 19, and the 41. I don't know what their status is. The 48, the 18, and the 2 all look like they have really fast cars. But everyone else is going to be basically going to the drawing board week 1 at Atlanta. They're not going to know what's going on. So, I mean, it's going to help the Mustangs a little bit, but they're still going to have the issues that the adjustment issues in the adjustment period that the Camaros and the Camrys have. That's how it's going to be with this hyper-competitive, super aero-dependent era where a slight change in the body just upsets everyone's driving style. I think that's what happened to the Chevys. The Camaro upset everyone's driving style because it had different aerodynamics than what they were used to with the SS. And now that's going to knock out Kevin Harvick and Ryan Blaney, and we're going to end up with Chase Elliott, who's basically the next in line as the winner. Moving on, we have Richmond, or Bristol. We'll get to Richmond in a second. It's Kyle Larson, because hopefully Kyle Larson will learn to keep his car under control and actually on the inside line. Oh my god, it was so frustrating last year watching Kyle Larson come so close so many times and always fail. Like, Larson, do something. Come on. Actually, no, you know how to wheel the car. Actually do it. Stop letting Kyle Busch win. Nobody wants to see Kyle Busch win again. Yeah, Larson wins at Bristol. And I think this is Richmond now. Yep, Kyle Busch won the last Richmond race. And I'm not gonna go any further because whenever someone picks Kyle Busch, you should not be surprised. You should not doubt anything about that pick. Because honestly, you could pick Kyle Busch to win every single race, and I would not doubt it. He always has the capability to win every single race each year. The 18 team just always knows what they're doing. The team has its shit together. Talladega is a total crapshoot. I have Chase Elliott winning just because, again, really fast cars at all the plate tracks, but you could throw anyone here. You could have the 88, you could have the 48, you could have the 2, the 22, the 12, possibly the 21, the 95. The Stewart-Haas cars are gonna be good because they always are. I mean, there's a whole litany. There's at least 20 cars in the field at Talladega that can win it. Hell, at Daytona this year, we saw Michael McDowell basically be almost the best car in the Coke Zero Sugar 400. So, yeah, basically the entire field can win. I basically just drew Chase Elliott's name out of a hat. Moving on to our final race, I believe. Oh, no, we got two more. Dover. I have Jimmie Johnson winning at Dover. Look, I think y'all underestimate Kevin Meendering. Kevin Meendering is a damn good crew chief. Because Kevin Meendering brought Elliott Sadler to 2 consecutive championship 4 appearances. I mean, in the Xfinity Series. I mean, number 1... That's 2 consecutive championship 4 appearances. I mean, even if it's not in the Cup Series, that is impressive as shit. That is really, really spanking good. And number 2, he did it with Elliott Sadler. Elliott Sadler. You know what Elliott Sadler's career highlight is? It's flipping at Talladega. And that's like the big thing that everyone knows Elliott Sadler for is ground sky, ground sky, ground sky. Nobody even remembers that he won there. Everyone just remembers his big flip. So, Meendering is going to go from washed up Elliott Sadler to Jimmie fucking Johnson in his 7 championships. Yeah, that combo's gonna win races. Trust me, this combo is gonna win races. Jimmie Johnson has a shot at 100 wins. It's a long shot, and I'm not even necessarily sure he's gonna even get close to Jeff Gordon, the 90 win mark. But he has a shot at 100 wins. He has a shot at Pearson, I believe. He just needs about 5 more years in the 48 to have an actual. No, 5 more years. That would be 4 wins a year. I'm not sure about that. But that team's got a few more wins in them. Alright, I'm going to stop talking about Jimmie Johnson. Moving on, Kansas, Kyle Larson. Larson had the best car in this race last year before young Ryan Blaney made a rookie mistake and basically took him out. Kyle Larson, again, is going to take a step forward. He's going to have an even better car at Kansas, and he's going to keep it out front. I was actually really shocked with how well Larson ran in the All-Star race because Larson, whenever we've run high downforce packages, doesn't do well. I guess because his cars haven't been good, so his talent showed through on low downforce packages. But he was really good, so either Ganassi's gotten their cars that much better, or Larson is just going to have a monster year this year. Do not sleep on this 42 car. They are going to be monsters. If what we saw in the All-Star race is any hint of what they were going to be in 2019. Alright, so these are the standings in the playoffs after 12 races. There's the cutoff. That's right behind Ryan Newman. And I have a couple of notables out. But let's start with who I have in. Larson, Harvick, Truex, Elliott, Johnson, Bowman, and Suarez have all locked their spots in at this point. Ryan Blaney, Eric Jones are going to show early consistency, be right up there, be ready to lead the points. Not lead the points, but lead a bunch of laps, maybe win some stages. Those guys will definitely win some stages. Keselowski, I don't know. Again, I mean, he had a slow start last year, got to the point where he won 3 races in a row, but at the same time, with the Mustang, I'm just not seeing Keselowski getting off to a strong start. I mean, strong start. He's going to be 9th. I have him 9th. But, again, by Keselowski standards, that's bad. He's a the 2012 champ and a hell of a wheelman. And then Alex Bowman in 10th. I have Elliott having some consistency problems because he's got Martinsville, which he's never particularly good at. He's got Las Vegas, which he's typically horrible at, never has good luck at. Las Vegas, wrecks constantly there. And then I have Joey Logano in 11th again, Mustang, and an inconsistent team overall. Yeah, they won the 2018 championship, but they didn't even make the chase in 2017. Like, I want to see this team consistently win a bunch of races and finish at least top 10 in points. If they finish top 10 in points, I'll have Logano winning a ton of races every year. But it honestly, at 28, it already looks like Logano's dominant days are behind him. Because 2014, 2015, he won 11 races, and it looked like Logano was unstoppable, had a shot at 50 wins, and he's fallen off a cliff since then. He won 3 races in 2016, had an encumbered win in 2017, and then won 3 races in 2018. So the dominance has gone away for Logano. I'm curious to see if he can get that back. Denny Hamlin, we're starting to see Hamlin wash up, I believe. Just had a career low in top 10s, went winless, had 10 top 5s. So to have Hamlin out of the chase is going to be ridiculous. But I'm not feeling the 11 car at this point. I want to see a rebound. I want to see a rebound from Hamlin. Because I like Hamlin, and I don't like saying that I think he's starting to be washed. You're starting to see he's washed up. Because I don't want to think that the 11 car is washed up. That's a great team. William Byron in 14th, going to take a big step forward. A lot of Chevys are going to be way up there in the standings. Not as many Fords, but a lot of Chevys. Daniel Suarez at 15th, he's locked in. Ryan Newman will have the last spot, overperforming in that's lousy 6 equipment. Stenhouse will also overperform. He's proven that he deserves better than Roush at this point, even if he does wreck the entire field at pretty much every plate race. I have Eric Almirola out. I have Kurt Busch out. Now, Kurt Busch I see just struggling with the 1 car. With the, I just see Kurt Busch and just not having a fun time with that 1 car, at least in the first part. As it stands right now, I have him winning the Coke 600, and that will jump him, and he'll be in the top 16 in points this year, no question. But I just see him having a slow start and then heating up as the year goes on, and he gets more and more used to working with Matt McCall. Now, William Byron I have in 14th because I think there is going to be a huge improvement with Chad Knaus on that box instead of Darian Grubb. And no, not knocking Darian Grubb because he's a champion crew chief, but he's a champion crew chief with a legendary driver. Yeah, Chad Knaus was a crew chief for a legendary driver too, but Knaus has just shown a lot more adaptability than Grubb. And I mean, Grubb just absolutely flopped this year with William Byron. 4 top 10s. God. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back after Kansas and we're gonna see what I got right and what I got wrong, because I'm figuring I'm gonna get plenty wrong. Because I have Elliott winning 3 races and Larson and Busch being the other 2 multi-win drivers. However, those are fairly confident. I'm confident Elliott will get a win. I'm confident Larson and Busch will be the 2 best cars. It'll be the Kyle and Kyle show this season. Where I think I could be wrong, Ryan Blaney could win a race. Eric Jones could win a race. Alex Bowman might not have a win. He'll be better, but he might not have a win. Logano could be higher. Keselowski could be higher. if anyone's predicting that Jimmie Johnson will miss the playoffs this year, you're insane. That team always, the 48 car always finds a way. Jimmie Johnson is arguably the greatest driver of all time. William Byron being basically as high as he could be, and he could be a lot lower than that. I could easily see Eric Almirola being in at this point. I could see Kurt Busch being in at this point. So we'll see what happens after 12 races, and it's a 2019 package. It's going to be really unpredictable. I guarantee you, this is not going to be the top 20. Unless I just got really lucky. In which case, I'm going to go play the lottery. So, while I go do that, hit the subscribe button. And then, until next time, get the hell away from me.